Hey, grade 6, it's a great day. I'm going to read a bit of Hark to you, and it's June 20th from Cal. The doorbell rings late the same day, and I'm certain it's her. She's come to tell me to never speak to her again, that she prefers chocolate from someone who talks less about this gigantic lonely house. I drag my feet to the front door, passing Mom's purse upside down on the living room couch. Two women, like a celery stick beside a stack of cabbage, stand in a huddle on the front step with the toothless kid from the bumblebee camp between them. A sideways wind catches the woman's blue sun visors, and they reach up to press them to their heads. The kid yanks at a polka dot bow tie around his neck. I give him a point for good fashion. The cabbage is Mrs. Paglio from next door, but the tall woman beside her, she's a stranger. She's wearing a long, narrow skirt with running shoes, and she's just like she's walked home from work. Her hair swings from a tight ponytail threaded through the back of the cap. Good evening, I'm Lily Kasparnoff. She gestures to herself, wipes a mist of sweat from her upper lip, and then points down the street. We live at 100 Marina Boulevard. This is my son Nathan, and you know Anna. The giraffe's house. Nathan slides forward for a better view from the living room. Wow. Is your mom home, Cal? Mrs. Paglio leans with Nathan to see past me. She smells like her house, peaches. Her white wedge of hair looks more stiff and creamy than before, like it's turned to butter. She's at work, I say. Oh, Mrs. Kasparnoff and Mrs. Paglio sink a little. They want your money, Nathan shouts. Give 'em all your money. Mrs. Kasparnoff pulls her son against her leg and covers his mouth. Ha ha, he's just turned 7. Nathan, shh! Nathan shakes a metal bucket filled with coins. He tips it forward to show me the contents. We're here to talk to your mom about what's been going on across the street, Mrs. Kasparnoff adds, lowering her voice. She and Mrs. Paglio turn halfway toward the street, then back. The Marina Beautification Committee has made those, she tracks her eyes to the left, vehicles, our number one priority. We're here to rather rally the neighborhood support than to get them removed. Mrs. Paglio clasps her hands together at her waist. She closes her eyes and sort of sways to the sound of Mrs. Kasparnoff's words, like she's trying to memorize them for later. I recall the blue flyer I found in the kitchen a few days ago. I study Mrs. Paglio's face. She opens her eyes, smiles at me, and winks. She's once brought Mom a garden-themed bumper sticker that read, I wet my plants. Maybe she's a spy, fighting the committee from the inside. Yes, she said, just that. She sounds like she's reading a script. Please tell your mother that we came by, Mrs. Kasparnoff said. But why, I ask? The boy Nathan removes his tie with a yank and stuffs it in his money bucket. So much for fashion. Mrs. Paglio raises her eyebrows, sending her frown lines running into her forehead. Mrs. Kasparnoff scrunches her nose. Why? We just explained. No. Why do the vans need to be removed? Mrs. Kasparnoff clears her throat and grips Nathan's elbow. They're not doing anything wrong, I point out. Your mother will understand the seriousness of the... Mrs. Kasparnoff dips her head to acknowledge the vans again. There are neighborhood committees like ours all over the city trying to clean up the streets. Sidewalks were not made for people to live on. They need services, care. They can be dangerous, unstable. Anything could happen. And they're ugly, Nathan declares, zipping between his mom's legs. Nathan, she loses hold of him. Grabs for his shirt, misses. That's what you say, ugly vans? Mrs. Kasparnoff smiles stiffly. Nathan is sidestepping down the driveway. We'll return another time, Mrs. Paglio says, glancing at the chase behind her. She holds out a flyer to me and slips a $20 bill into my palm, raising her eyebrows again in a you know what to do with this kind of way. And I do, I think. There's safer, cleaner places to stay than a van in a city, she adds in a solemn voice. Faculties for those who can't care for themselves properly and for their children. She makes sure to look me in the eye on children. For the others who are merely avoiding responsibilities, well, they need to quit their carousing and return home. I shut the door a little too hard after they leave. Then, through the living room window, I watch them shuffle down the driveway. Dangerous? Carousing? I look at the 20 in my hand. Return home? They need to have a home to return to. I'm sorry. I Morse it over and over in a different variation. Sorry. So sorry. Very, very sorry. She doesn't even need to know the Morse just to flash me a sign, anything to show that she sees me. But there's no reply. The bearded man living in the red van behind her responds again. More chocolate, he says, and then, of course I tipped the cleaning lady. It makes no sense unless he's, what did the celery stick at the door say? Unstable? Unless he's unstable and I'm unstable, or there's something else Morrising besides just him and me. And we'll leave it at that. And next time we'll hear it from Jean Ann. Have a great day.